What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at the Ligue team of the season so far. We have got some absolutely massive cards in here. Obviously the Reds, I'm disappointed and excited at the same time. It is a shame for them because they are going to be a grind. I feel like Mbemba most people could potentially get if they manage to wait a little bit to get the Ligue team of the seasons in your team if your Ligue team is not already very good. Openda, personally, I couldn't get him. I think 13 wins with a Ligue team. My Ligue team's good, but most definitely not incredible. And compared to the players that we've already played in Foot Champs, nobody seems to be doing it, or at least the people I'm matching up. So it becomes really annoying with that fact. But Openda, unfortunately, could have been an amazing card. We've had him in Player of the Months. Obviously, he's in forms, and I do think he would have put himself in a very top-end quality. Mbemba, again, very standard. 87 pace, 92 defending, physical. Pretty standard in terms of a centre-back. I'm going to go A for the moment until we get into some of the other defenders. But I feel like both of them have a quality level, but unfortunately won't really be produced in this game. If then we move on to the first SBC that we got, is Kimpembe. He is unbelievable. 500,000 coins of obviously a very good SBC that is going to prove its weight in gold with obviously the Ligue 1 Foot Champs already rocking a roll. We don't have a Ligue 1 Cup, unfortunately, so he becomes useless in terms of that sense. But in terms of Foot Champs, him and Marquinhos are going to be running the show again. Obviously with him, I think in general he's always going to be S category purely for just general meta ability in the game. We then move on to our man Messi. So we've got, I think, 6 strikers I want to say Ligue 1 had. We were going to say, how are they going to fit in everybody? Because Jonathan David, obviously Messi, Mbappe, Openda coming up with a score sheet. I think Balogun didn't get in, whether he's an SBC later on down the line. There was a lot of strikers that had a point. They're not necessarily always going to be the #1 spot, but they definitely had a shout in the running. Messi himself was always going to be a team of the season, let's be real. I think 13, 14 goals, 13, 14 assists, double digits, you gotta love it. 98 Messi is always going to be in that S category. Currently coming in at 5.1 mil. He has got the team of the season, which is right wing that can't be striker, unfortunately, but that is coming in at 4.2. So if you can afford a right wing Messi, there's really little difference between the two personally. So again, you might want to see which one you'd prefer, spending the extra mil at the moment or obviously getting that striker version. It is all down to you. We then obviously move over to the king of strikers. It's going to be Kylian Mbappe. 97 rated. Unfortunately didn't get that boost up from the team of the year. Obviously both of them are incredible strikers. I think the team of the season at the moment is coming in at just shy of 13 mil, and the team of the year is coming in just over 10 million. I don't think, there is zero difference pretty much other than losing 1 shooting, gaining a passing, gaining 2 physical and a defending, and losing 1 dribbling. There's minor difference. I don't think personally either or are going to make a massive difference. So if you are looking to buy him, just go for the team of the year. It makes no sense spending that extra 2 mil for a newer card. Again, it is just all massive money. If you can pack him, then obviously you're doing absolute bits already. We then move on to Lacazette, and I must admit, an incredible striker. In terms of what we've got from him, he is beautiful. He is an absolute unit going forward. The acceleration on him is just mind-numbing. It's so good. If you want to check a review out on the channel, then definitely look at that at the end because he was brilliant. The pace on him was amazing. The shooting was incredible. Dribbling was good. Even the physicality. He is a pinpoint striker, and it's going to be hard because I'd say a lot of these strikers are S category, and definitely for the moment they are. Messi and Mbappe are already there no matter what card they get. I think Lacazette's done enough. If I'm considering all of the strikers that we've got, Benzema, Griezmann, Jesus, you then go for Lewandowski, even throws himself into the mix. I think Lacazette puts himself up there with the best of them personally. And I think the next one that kind of does that as well is going to be our man Ben Yedder. He is, again, just an absolute unit going forward. If I can find my sheet on him, I'd like to tell you about skycoach.gg. They offer many features within the FIFA franchise, from FIFA coins to FIFA Weekend League boosts. From trusted sellers, pro players, and are the best prices on the market currently. They have fast delivery, high quality services, lots of games, and also a cashback program. The more coins you buy, the more eligible you are for cashback options. So if you want to buy FIFA coins at the best price, click the link in the description of this video. It will be active promo code for 10% discount from my subscribers. All you have to use is the code JT11 at the checkout to receive this bonus. On to the video. Oh, there he is. So he's gone from an 89 Centurions all the way up to a 94 team of the season. He again is just the emulation of a striker in FIFA. Naturally, he's always good. We've used his player of the month for X amount of time until team of the season actually came out, and he just scores for fun. He's got the body type for it, the stats for it, the 5-star weak foot for it. He just is built for team of the season. 94 rated, incredible upgrade, and the fact is, he's only 889,000 coins, which in terms of a striker and endgame most definitely, that really isn't that bad. I'd say when you look at your Harry Kanes, your Lewandowskis, they're very good in that top tier, but they're not quite the S category. Ben Yedder 100% puts him in there, so I was very shocked to see him going for such little. In general, he's still always going to be an absolute GOAT in terms of striker. Everybody will want him, and I could imagine a Lacazette-Ben Yedder partnership would be immense as well. We then do have Marquinhos. After his FUT birthday upgrade to 91, we've now got the 95 rated centre-back that again will come in amazingly. I feel like we've been missing out on a big Marquinhos upgrade. We've got him at 88 to start with. It took him a while to get to his next sort of rating, obviously in the World Cup, managing to get the road to the World Cup, I want to say, as a 90, but we needed more. We already had a Lucio, a Maldini, a Virgil, a Ramos flashback. We needed that next level, and I think this card is definitely going to do it for everybody. Great pace, already great defending and physical. He is very much the standard rock in a centre-back partnership. If you've got, for instance, him and Kimpembe is normally the one that's going loose and going absolute crazy to get the ball. Marquinhos is that clearance centre-back that absolutely works the midfield, which is just perfect for that kind of rock in the centre-back to give it to your Renato Sanchez's, your Zidane's, somebody in the middle who then's going to carry it forward. Marquinhos always does that job incredibly well. We then have, obviously, Medina coming in a little bit less of a centre-back, 94 rated, if I can find him on the sheet somewhere. 94 with, obviously, the 88 pace. Does have the dribbling to go with it as well. Defending physical. Doesn't have an alternative position as a CDM. Really could have worked with this card, to be honest. If you managed to go get, like, an engine or something, which would give him 85 agility, 94 balance, 92 pace, 85 passing, you've got yourself not a bad CDM there. I genuinely think he could play that position. Whether he's got that agility, even when you do add the engine, it would be the other question. But in general, looks a relatively nice card. Would I say he's top of the top? Probably not. I think for this week, he more than likely would stay around the A+ to A. I feel like he's a little bit better than Mbemba, but most definitely not in the category of a Kimpembe or Marquinhos as of yet. We then move on to the next centre-back is in Todobi. Again, very similar to a lot of these centre-backs that we've got. Good pace increase, obviously a bit of defending physical, but nothing other than that. And I'm trying to find him again. If we go to the list, he's currently coming in at, okay, 0 coins apparently, 36,500 coins. You can kind of see where I'm going with this. He's a standard. There's nothing crazy from him. In terms of an upgrade, it's nice if you've just started the game and maybe don't afford one of the big boys, but that's all he's going to be. Everybody's got a solid centre-back line now, and I feel like he's one that either would go into the Ligue Cup or something like that if you obviously haven't got Marquinhos or Medina yet, and he could kind of represent with Kimpembe. But that's really about it. You pack Medina, you pack Marquinhos, you're going to go with that guy instead. Even Mbemba is very similar, and if you manage to get him for free for winning or playing the 5 or 10 games you've got to do, then you're going to choose him realistically. Obviously being red, he doesn't hold that much value in my opinion. But then we go on to Renato Sanchez. This guy is a unit and a half. If you've used him, if you've looked at him, you just know how good this guy is. He's 2.99 mil at the moment, so just off 3 million, and he's worth every penny. His attacking play is brilliant. Obviously with the anchor, the shadow, the gladiator, all works really well to boost that defending up above 90, and he is an absolute force. I would say you are better to have somebody at the taller end, a Vieira, a Hullet, a Yaya Toure, just to link with him as obviously being, I think, 5'9", 5'9" in the middle. is not going to win any headers. That is just natural. Even with obviously the jump in, the head and accuracy, it's just not going to work. But this guy is always going to be S category. And as you can imagine, a lot of them being PSG, which is just absolutely crazy. We then go to the coldest dynamic in the game, Jonathan David. Honestly, I saw this leaked out, I think the day or two before. I was like, there's no way that they're giving him that dynamic. Look at it. It's amazing. We obviously had, I think, was it the flower one this year? Was it the flower one or was that last year? Might have been last year that we got it at the end of the game. But he's always had a very nice end game dynamic. And I think this one again is just cold. It's a brilliant card nonetheless. Again, a 4-star, 5-star. Coming in at 830, so a little bit under Ben Yedder. And this is the problem with the striker category. Because realistically, he is going to be almost as good as Ben Yedder. But I don't feel like he's S category. So I don't know whether to drop Ben Yedder down and really kind of put their margins together. Because realistically, I would have him like that. Lacazette was immense. Like, genuinely blew my socks off with how good he was. Mbappe's Mbappe. Messi's Messi. Whereas I do think these two are top tier. But to say all of them are S, I feel like we're going to go down a rabbit hole that everybody's just going to be S. So what we'll go do, we'll leave them there. We'll put them at the top of the top. I feel like in terms of the striking order, I'd go Mbappe. I would be close to going Lacazette second, but Messi, Lacazette, Ben Yedder, David, Openda. That's personally the list I'd go with, and that is all of the strikers. Realistically, we've got 6 strikers you can get. 5 that obviously are in packs at the moment. The Openda, unfortunately, isn't actually in there. Samba, I've heard horrendous things from. And I don't know if this is just a general consensus from him, but I've heard absolutely woeful things from him. So we're going to keep him on the low side because we haven't actually used him ourselves yet. We will more than likely give him a go later on once we've got a few of the Ligue and Team of the Seasons. But that is a very worrying sign if he is genuinely that bad already. I was hoping that it was going to be Donnarumma, but unfortunately, he has not managed to get there. So unfortunately, the highest Donnarumma we've got at the moment is going to be that 90. So we'll leave him there. We'll also get rid of this row because realistically, we don't need C anymore. In terms of the rest then, obviously, Neymar's there. Neymar's there. You cannot argue with this Neymar. If you've not, again, seen the video, go check it out because he is unreal. Like, we kind of knew this was going to happen in terms of Neymar. He is Neymar. That's the whole point. We haven't had one since obviously the Centurions 91. So we could get a 5 upgrade for him. Coming in now at 8.3 million. He is an absolute cheat code. And now you've got the choice between Ronaldinho, Neymar, Vinny, Rashford. You could even throw a bit of Son in the mix there. But the first 4 are incredible. Neymar in general is always going to be a fan favourite for me and will always be absolutely cracked in this game. We then have Traore, not a bad right back, nothing too crazy from him, obviously being the objective this week. I think he's an okay right back, but I personally wouldn't put all my money on him. I personally would like a little bit of Klaus, to be fair to him. He genuinely looks absolutely incredible. Very good pace. Can rely on a lot of the defensive and physical coming from, obviously, the chem style. I'm not going to argue. He's going straight in that A+. I loved his winter wildcard when it came out. I felt like it was a solid right back. Other than Hakimi, he was kind of the next shout for me. Traore, I feel like CDM would have been way better to get him in. Unfortunately, it is right back. And I don't know, actually, whether we can put him as a centre-back, as a CDM. I feel like he was just a right-back when I looked at him, but I could be absolutely wrong if we could even find him on this sheet. Traore is, if we can find him, where's he gone? He's definitely not in the popular then. And that kind of shows you the relevancy from him. Unfortunately, a lot of these players are already going to be out the mixed. Yeah, he could play right back and right wing back. So if he could have done that CDM like his, I think it was his outer position, which would have been beautiful, that would have been a much better card. Unfortunately not. We're going to stick him there. We obviously have Sissoko next in the moments. Again, another cracking card. Never going to argue with it. 90,000 coins though. We've got a lot of cards like it. And this is where the lower tier just keep getting lower because we've got so many. We've got a Casemiro that's 100k. We have a Kimmich that isn't that necessarily that expensive. Sissoko definitely should be incredible, but I feel like he's better as a box-to-box with a massive upgrade on the shooting and the passing rather than necessarily just the defending. So, and again, we've already got Fofana next to him. Again, incredible card. I feel like if I was going between the two, it would be around that sort of level. Obviously with Fofana, I think CDM you can go centre mid and obviously CDM for both of them. Fofana coming in at 113k. It's just naturally, that is going to be what it is for him. I think you've got a 4-star in Fofana and a 3-star in Sissoko. It's nice and easy. We then obviously have guns out, or suns out, guns out for Cabela. Love the dynamic. Again, this card, I swear, has been in here for so long that I'm interested to know the generations, because I swear we had a team of the season back in FIFA 14 and FIFA 13. Unfortunately, not seen anything since, but I knew this card was around there because I knew his agility was always incredible, even back then. Managing to get himself back on that sheet. I think, how old is he now? He's got to be... He is 33 years old, lean body type, great agility balance. He's going to be that gimmick card. It's almost like a B-Tech Pyre in terms of what we can see from a cam. In terms of kind of skill-wise, 4-star, nothing too crazy, coming in at 43,000 coins. Unfortunately, he's not going to quite make the list for the A+, but he's definitely a nice dynamic if you are looking for one as well. Andre, another one that I don't know how he manages to keep getting in. Every single year he gets himself in this team of the season, and he's always the worst player, unfortunately. He's going to go in the bottom of the bottom, unfortunately, but that is just where everything belongs in terms of the lowest of the low. We then have 2 PSG players to finish. Nuno Mendes obviously managed to get himself a road to the final that unfortunately didn't go anywhere realistically. An 86, now jumped up to a 93. This is a cracking left back. Is he the best of the best? I don't think he's going to be on the same level of Capdevia, but great links to all the PSG lads. A perfect link to Renato Sanchez if he was to manage to bring them together. And in general, is going to be, I think, the best left back in Ligue, I want to say. We have got, in fact, let's have a look, because you've obviously got French is a different story, obviously, for the French nation. In terms of left backs, Tagliafico, Nuno Tavares, they're the only two. So their best left back, we're obviously going to go into Ligue 1. I would say in terms of Ligue 1, it would be S. In terms of left back, I'm going into the A+. And then finally to finish, we obviously have our man Verratti. Always very good on the ball, loved his Centurions. Obviously that one was very, very cheap in the end. Now we've got a 470,000 midfielder that most definitely can do a bit of business in that midfield. He's got the dribbling, he's got the passing, and he's got a nice pace increase. Obviously +5 on pretty much everything, bar from shooting that was 6 and physicality that was 7. A naturally good midfielder. Would I say he's S? More than likely not. I think in terms of centre mids, in his value of what he can do with defense and attack, I would probably go A, but in terms of Ligue 1, I would definitely say A+. If we're obviously doing a tier list on the best attackers or the best midfielders, for instance, I think A would be suffice for him in the long run. He's 470 now. Once we get the premium Ligue 1, he's gonna drop down. It's just natural. So let me know down below what you think about this list. Is there anybody that you would move? I think it's relatively self-explanatory. Like I say, Ben Yedder, David could be put up into that S, but obviously with already 3 strikers, I'm gonna kind of split it down a little bit. Let me know what you think. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.